Yo, what's good, guys? This is Lesky, and I'm back with another build video for FC26 clubs. I was thinking EA was going to increase the level cap from 90 to like 100 or 95 at the end of last season, or like during the playoffs, or sometime around then, because that's what they've done before, but it looks like they're not increasing it yet. Who knows when it'll be. So for now, I'm just going to be creating more level 90 builds for y'all, and this time we're going over the Marauder archetype with the Speedster specialization. And I'm focusing on a build that specializes in a 3-back formation or a 5-back formation as like the wide midfielder or wingback. So this build is very well rounded, can use a bunch of different playstyles, and it'll be great in competitive because if y'all know or familiar with competitive, a lot of teams play a 3-back formation, and this is what this build is built for. So I have some gameplay of me using this build as a right mid in a 3-5-2 formation. And then even for some games, I tried it as like a box-to-box CM because it's well-rounded. It can be really good as a CM as well. So let's go ahead and look at some clips. One timer?
What? Nah,
That was crazy.
That was the most unrealistic thing I've ever seen, bro.
Dude, that was... Middle. Nice.
You're on. What a goal. What a goal, though. That was a beautiful play. There it is.
What a goal.
Nice.
Cutting in on you. Oh, mine. He left. Yep, he left you. Let's go.
Nice. Ooh.
Oh,
no.
Going wide. Yeah, got me a wide. Yeah. Oh, still here? It's all you.
Nice.
Let's go.
Nice.
If you're too close to the line like that.
This guy.
Nice.
Is that too much?
What?
Wait, you're on.
What?
Put that in.
Please
Yes,
go ahead.
yes, yes,
There
yes.
we
Good
go.
run. Oh, yeah, you're still here? Mm-hmm.
What a goal, bro.
Oh, you're through. Yo.
Oh.
Dude, he
Blocked
blocks
it.
it.
Ooh, I'll stay.
Get off me, boy.
Yeah, you saw
What
him.
a ball.
Oh, you saw him?
He always has trip plus,
Flip
bro.
that.
Free kick goal. It was in.
Oh.
No, it was 100% in.
Yeah, no,
With that
it
guy
was
in there.
in. It was just that guy was, yeah.
Bro, the keeper didn't even save it.
Go back and send you on.
Oh.
I'll take that assist. Oh!
Oh. I didn't want to touch
Oh.
this. Nice.
Let's go. What a sliding.
Could I maybe played that?
Now? Yeah, just score now. Just score. Okay.
No, he's off. Wait, you were on. Never mind.
I was actually on.
Oh. I cut back this way.
Nice.
I would say my English is really bad.
No.
Almost sliding. Almost. Unlucky.
Oh, I thought it was going the other way.
I think AI.
Ooh, broke his ankles. Guy over top. Good amount of these guys.
Goal time.
Goal.
No way.
Ego.
There we go. In that gameplay, you could see how well-rounded this build is, and I was having a great time using it, getting down the inline or the sideline, beating my man, trying to find like a cutback pass in the box to a teammate or a cross to a teammate. I felt like it was very strong there. And then just the versatility of the build, like even it's capable of defending, having defending playstyles. The pace is great, the physicality, everything is just extremely well-rounded on this build, which I like a lot for this position. So if we go over the perks, the high-speed crosser crosses while at full sprint on the attacking wing, receive a boost to agility, crossing, and curve. And there's one clip where you could see me utilizing this perk and getting it activated. It was a pretty deep cross, found my target man in the box, and this perk really did help a good amount on this build for that particular cross. And then there's the tackle and run. Successful stand tackle on the defensive wing for a boost to acceleration, agility, and sprint speed. Then for some reason on this page, it's messed up. I don't know if it was because of the recent update. I tried resetting the game, backing out of clubs, and it just wasn't fixing. But the text is over the playstyle plus. So this speedster specialization, you get rapid plus, and then you get the wing burner perk. It's a little hard to read, but knock on pass an opponent in the attacking wing for a boost to acceleration, agility, and sprint speed. And this perk is actually pretty good. The more I used it, the more I noticed I was actually getting it activated, even without just like knocking on with the right stick and doing knock-ons. Just like sprinting past somebody. I did like a skill and then like would sprint past somebody, utilizing the rapid, and this wing burner perk would pop up. So it's pretty good just for running past players, even without doing like technically like a knock on with the right stick or anything like that. Just running past people, it will pop up as long as you're on the attacking wing. And then the attribute boosts are the exact same as that tackle and run perk. The sprint speed won't be that noticeable on this build because this build already has 98 sprint speed, so you're only going to be getting like a +1 going up to 99 because that's the max, so that won't be as noticeable, but the acceleration and agility boost should be pretty noticeable. Then the unlock criteria is a minimum of 90 acceleration, 92 sprint speed, and 90 dribbling. And I decided to go for the controlled acceleration type on this build. You'll be making a good amount of long distance runs, so I didn't want to be explosive. Lengthy would be really good for that, but then you're just not as quick compared to controlled. So I just think controlled is a really good balance, and I think it's, for me, it's best for this position to have the controlled acceleration type. Now, if we look at this body page, I went for 6 foot and then minimum weight at 143 pounds. This build will be great for competitive play because it'll fit those leagues and tournaments that have like height restrictions of like 6 foot or 182 centimeters for certain positions. And then if we look at the attribute effects, you'll see we're getting +1 acceleration, agility, and then +3 sprint speed. So those 3 attributes are 3 of the most expensive attributes on the attribute screen. So I really like this height and weight because we're boosting those, and then we're losing some other attributes like balance, jumping, and strength, but they're not as important or expensive as the other 3. So I think it's a really nice trade-off. Then here's the playstyle setup I had for most of my games. So I had Quick Step Plus, Rapid Plus, and Technical Plus. I didn't try Whip Pass Plus, but if you have like a target man and you want to really whip in some crosses to him, then Whip Pass Plus would be a great option instead of like Technical or Rapid, or even if you wanted to, I guess you could do Quick Step, but I would definitely keep Quick Step Plus on. And then as you can see, I had Silver Whipped, so I had Incisive Pass, Pinged Pass, Inventive, Whipped Pass, First Touch, Jockey, Intercept, Anticipate. So 3 defending playstyles, which is kind of somewhat of a defensive or like balanced setup with a bunch of passing playstyles, and then some ball control playstyles with Press Proven and Tiki Taka with the club facilities. And then I had First Touch. So if your club's not going to have Press Proven or Tiki Taka facilities, I would definitely have both of these on the build, especially Tiki Taka. You don't necessarily need Press Proven, but I would have it instead of like maybe 1 or 2 of these defending playstyles or like Whipped or Inventive or something like that. And then if we look at some other options, you could go for a shooting playstyle even, like Finesse Shot or Low Driven. I did try that for like 1 game, so you could try that, especially if you're getting some shooting opportunities, like Low Driven could be pretty nice. And there's even Game Changer. And then you also have Long Ball as an option, which I did try for some games. You could go for Long Ball. And then there's Aerial Fortress, which is really good, especially for competitive. I didn't use it, but if I was like playing in like a competitive league or tournament with this build, I probably would have Aerial Fortress because it's pretty important there. There's Slide Tackle or Block, even if you wanted to try that. Trickster. Bruiser's really good, even though EA did announce they're actually nerfing Bruiser in an upcoming update, so that'll be interesting to see. And Enforcer's also a nice option, and then there's even like Lawn Throw or Relentless if you really wanted to use Relentless, which you probably won't need it. Then these are the exact club facilities that my club is using. The 3-star head groundskeeper giving +5 balance and ball control with Press Proven. 3-star performance analyst giving +5 vision and short pass with tiki taka, and then the 1-star sports psychologist giving +2 aggression and composure. Then finally, the last thing we need to go over is this attributes page. So I had a 5-star skills and 5-star weak foot, but you definitely don't have to do that. It's really just preference. Like if you're not going to use 5-star skills, then go like 4 or even 3 if you're not going to use skills at all. And you can save a good amount of AP, and you can put it really wherever you think is best, because it's not going to make much of a difference with this build because it's already so well rounded. So anywhere you put those extra AP upgrades will probably be pretty solid. So I had the 5-star skills. As y'all can see, I was utilizing them a lot. And then you could even go for like a 4-star weak foot. Wouldn't really suggest a 3-star, but a 4-star would be good if you wanted to save some AP and not go for the 5-star weak foot. Then if we look at these attributes, so 80 stamina, I did go for 80 stamina in case like for some reason you don't want to use quick step plus, you can still use silver quick step. And if you really want to have like relentless on the build, you could also use relentless. And then also I did just upgrade it from like 75 to 80 because it wasn't like much AP at all, but you definitely could lower it down to 75 if you're just going to be using quick step plus, which I definitely would, and you don't run into any problems with the 75 stamina. You probably wouldn't, but 80 stamina just makes it a little bit better, I guess. But you definitely could lower the stamina down to 75 if you wanted to. Then 82 aggression was just going to go 80, and then I think we just had a bit of AP left, so I just put it like 2 more upgrades on aggression to get it up to 82. 81 jumping, but with the -1, remember from the height and weight effect, it's actually just going to be 80 jumping, so that's why I have it at 81. And then 83 strength, with the -1, it's going to lower that down to 82. Then maxed out pace with 92 acceleration and then 95 sprint speed. So we're getting +1 from the height and weight effect to acceleration, so it'll be 93, and then +3 to the sprint speed, so it'll be 98 sprint speed. So this build will have 93 acceleration and 98 sprint speed because of the height and weight effect. And then over on bulk control, 89 agility, but the +1 is going to bump that up to 90. And if you, for some reason, really want to make this build explosive instead of controlled, all you would have to do, I believe, is just lower the strength down to 81. And then with the -1, it'll be 80. And then with the +1 to agility being 90, that'll be a 10 difference. You'll have 10 or more agility than strength, and you'll be explosive if you really want to be explosive. And then -3 to balance at 89, so that's going to lower it down to 86. 89 reactions, 89 bulk control, 90 dribbling is what we needed for the specialization, and then I went for 89 composure. Then there's only 2 scoring upgrades, so I went for 80 finishing and 80 shot power. I didn't shoot very much at all as a wide midfielder, but just in case you do get some opportunities to score, having 80 finishing and 80 shot power is pretty solid. And then 85 vision, this allows you to use long ball if you want to try that out. If you're not going to use long ball, you could lower it and save some AP and put that somewhere else. 80 crossing, 86 short pass, 85 long pass is important in order to use the pinged playstyle. And then there's 80 curve. And then for defending, I went for 80 interceptions, defense awareness, and stand tackle. And this will allow you to use like every defending playstyle in the game, which is pretty nice. And then I did go for some heading accuracy upgrades to 75. So you can use Aerial Fortress if you want. Then let me show y'all the club facility boost. So +5 to vision and short pass, and then +5 to balance and ball control. And then the last 2 upgrades gave +2 to composure and aggression. So that's going to do it for this level 90 Marauder build that specializes as like a wingback or wide midfielder in a 3 in the back or 5 in the back formation. Extremely versatile, a lot of fun to use, and you can even use it as like a box-to-box midfielder or like an attacking fullback if you want. So let me know in the comments what you think of this build. Hit that like button on this video for me, and then make sure you are subbed to the channel, and I'll see y'all in the next one.